Hello and welcome to my channel She's Just Trying, where today we're reading the subreddit r/I do work here lady. It's the complete opposite of r/I don't work here lady, and I think I prefer it to the other one because it's like you're sticking it to the man. So onto the stories. Thinks I'm a new CO and that he can run all over me. By Another Night in Jail. I'm a corrections officer in a local jail, and I've worked there for 14 years. We're pretty laid back for a jail, but it's still a jail. When an inmate asks for something and gets told no, the answer is no. Having spent the previous 10 years in retail, this is a dream. Also, when an inmate is told to do something, they're expected to do it. I should also mention here that my shift sergeant and I have been working together for about 8 years, and I've been there for 2 years longer than he has. I should also mention that my sergeant is very protective of his staff. The cast. Me, Sarge, my shift manager, inmate, some 20-year-old kid who thinks he can run all over the new guy. Back in 2014, I had a bunch of vacation time built up, so my wife and I took a 2-week vacation to go to Copperstown to see the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame and watch the induction ceremony. Being huge Atlanta Braves fans, we had a lot of fun watching Boxy Cox, Greg Maddox, and Tom Galvin get inducted. When I got back to work, I'm doing my rounds and an inmate approaches me. Now I don't recognize this guy, so he must be someone who was arrested while I was on vacation. He immediately starts in on me like he owns the jail. Inmate, hey, I missed your yard call because I was asleep. I need to go out to the yard now. Me, too bad, you should have woken up when I did yard call for your dorm. You'll just have to wait for your next one tomorrow. What do you know? You're just the new guy. Get me your sergeant. Me, try not to laugh and knowing Sarge will get a kick out of this. Okay, wait right here. I point at the spot he's standing in, expecting him to be there, or at least close by when I get back. I finish my rounds and call Sarge on the radio. Me, hey Sarge, I got an inmate down here who says he needs to talk to you. Well, what does he want? Me, trying to stop myself from laughing. He thinks I'm the new guy and can run all over me because of it. I'll be right there. When Sarge arrives, we both go back into the dorm, and lo and behold, inmate isn't waiting where I told him to. Well, where is he? I don't know. Me yelling, hey inmate, Sarge is here to talk to you. The inmate, still acting like he owns the jail, walks out of his cell and approaches Sarge. Hey Sarge, I missed yard call and the new guy won't let me go out and do it. Sarge, so if you miss yard call, that's your problem, not mine or his. Next time we call yard call, you better get your lazy butt out of bed. The inmate interrupting Sarge. But you don't understand. Sarge interrupting the inmate and getting louder. No, you don't understand. When a member of staff gives you an answer, that is an answer. Furthermore, when an officer tells you to wait somewhere, you do it. You don't walk away. Inmate, trying to make excuses. But Sarge, this new guy. The Sarge interrupting the inmate again, and still pretty loud. This is Officer Me. You will refer to him as Officer Me, not the new guy. Furthermore, Officer Me has been working in this jail since before they put paint on the walls. So if he gives you an answer, that definitely is an answer. Now, go lock down. The inmate, looking like he's a foot tall. But, Sarge, go lock down. The inmate goes and locks down, and Sarge and I go to his office. We have a good laugh and Sarge wants inmate locked down for 3 days for disrespecting staff. But since we got a good laugh and a good story, I convince him to just make it the rest of the day. I later go back and talk to the inmate to give him his lockdown paperwork. Turns out he's not really a bad guy, just pretty dumb, and he apologizes. Since he's become regular, we still get a good laugh about it anytime he comes to the jail. So yeah, I don't have much to say on that other than that was a pretty nice story. At least you got a laugh out of it in the end, and I hope the inmate learns his lesson and stops coming back to jail. But yeah, on to the next post. Karen doesn't believe I work there, and then gets angry when the staff aren't helping her. By Fred Rized. This happened in 2006 when I was 16. I had just dropped out of school and was living with my aunt for a while. She was good friends with the manager of a small grocery store around the corner from her house, so she got me a job there. Even though it was my first job, I learned quickly and within a week I was able to run the store on my own if someone called in sick or went on their lunch break. It was a small grocery store along a highway rest stop and next to a popular beach, so most of the customers were families or people on holiday, with the occasional celebrity. At 16, I could pass for 18 if I wanted to, but I could be mistaken for a 14 or 15-year-old if I wasn't wearing makeup, and the work uniform made me look even younger. Black pants and a light blue button-up shirt that gave my B-cup zero shape. So what customer saw was a short, skinny, flat-chested child behind the register. Most of them didn't question that I worked there, but there was this one customer that did. I had just come back from my lunch break, and the other staff member went on her break after that. The manager wasn't due back until around closing time, so I was alone in the store while the other employee went for an hour lunch break. That wasn't an issue, as it was usually quiet around that time of day, but even if I got busy, I could easily do it on my own. Then, in walked Karen. Karen, seeing me behind the register.
"Excuse me, what do you think you're doing here?"
Me, I'm working?
"No, you are not. Now get out from behind there or I'll call the manager. I'm good friends with her."
The manager was a man, so I called her bluff. Call her then.
"I will. Now I want you out of there now because I don't think you work here."
I was in uniform and it was recognized as a grocery store franchise in Australia, so I don't know where her thought process was coming from. But I obliged. I stood next to the register and watched her do her shopping. When she was done, she came up to the register and waited, and waited, and waited. Karen, after a few minutes of waiting and looking around for a staff member and ignoring me standing there.
"Hello, can I get some service?"
Me. I could help, but you said I don't work here.
"Fine then, just do your damn job."
Yes, ma'am. I went to the register and put her items through at lightning speed, just to prove that I knew what I was doing. Me, after I finished giving her a huge smile. "Have a nice day." She came in a few times after that, but I didn't have any other issues, so I think she learned her lesson. Don't judge a book by its cover. So yeah, this story is pretty much a classic I do work here lady story. I'm glad that you were able to show her up and that she didn't cause any trouble afterwards, but I still don't get Karens. But yeah, on to the last post. Karen shouts at me and threatens to drag me off a locomotive by u/Nathan5660. This was a very long time ago, like a good few years. I used to work on a narrow gauge steam railway local to me. I was training up to become a fireman, stoker if you're American I think, so I was technically a trainee cleaner at the time. It's complicated, but I had a few foot trips to learn the ropes on how to fire each locomotive, as no two engines behave the same, even if they are the same type of locomotive. So the driver dropped off the footplate as we weren't due for another 20 minutes. Leaving me and the fireman on the loco, chatting up about different firing techniques. When the injector, the special bit of kit used to steam to force water into the boiler, started making some very loud noises that we're not supposed to make. The fireman hopped out of his cab just to have a look at what was going on, grabbed a hammer, adjustable spanner, and started tinkering away. Now, I was wearing a full cover overall and a flat cap, but due to the heat of the summer, I had unzipped the top half of my overalls, so my t-shirt was visible. It had about 30 C outside, which was hot for England. Also, bear in mind that I'm literally stood next to a raging coal fire as well. I can't see the water level in gauge glasses, so I open and shut the gauge value quickly so that I can see the water bounce up in a glass to where the level is.
"What are you doing? Get down from there."
Sorry miss?
"You shouldn't be up there. Passengers aren't allowed on the engine, so I should drag you out there myself."
Miss, I work here. I'm a trainee. I'm supposed to be here."
"No, you don't. You're only saying that so I can stay up there, and now get down."
She goes to grab me by the arm. "Don't touch me." The fireman says, "Hey Nathan, can you pass me that magic stuff?" The magic stuff is a nickname for a special blend of oil that many railways use as a general oil. Me, I pass the can to him. "Oh," but Karen walks off. I dare say that the fireman could hear everything that was going on. He didn't need oil to make the injector work, and there's no moving parts near the cab that would need oiling. So I'm pretty sure that he only said that to politely shut the Karen up. So yeah, I don't really know a lot of things about trains. I really like steam trains, and locomotives are really cool to look at, but your job must be super hard to do because it's super hot when you're standing there. But yeah, at least you gotta tell the Karen to leave you alone, and at least the fireman helped you out there. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you like what you saw, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for future updates. Thank you to my Patreon Jocelyn W. If you'd like to become a Patreon, the link is in the description. I'm Hearts, I'm just trying, stay safe, and bye.